Well, good morning. This morning we read from Hebrews chapter 4, verses 1 to 13. And it is about the promise of God that we enter a Sabbath of rest. We no longer are striving by works, but we enter into a time of rest in our relationship with God. There was a promise of rest to the people of old. God's people in the wilderness were promised that they would have a place of rest. But they didn't obey, they weren't obedient. And so God said, I declared on oath in my anger, they shall never enter my rest. And that generation died in the wilderness. But there was a day of rest that God had promised from the creation. After 6 days of labor, God rested from his work. And it is that rest he calls us into today. If we hear his voice, if we're obedient, if we don't harden our hearts, we enter into a Sabbath of rest for the people of God. Our relationship with him is not about striving to be good enough, but is resting in him, relying on him. God's word is active in our life. It's sorting out our character, changing our thoughts and attitudes so that we will live right before him, not striving, but resting in his grace, resting in his love, allowing his spirit to be at work in us.